Hey everyone, it's Katie here again with the Lunar Moon, and I'm here to do the 2020 reading. This will be a yearly reading for 2020, but it's also going to be the monthly reading that we're doing for January as well. So this is going to be a reading to kickstart the year and the first month of the year, as well as what your themes are going to be throughout the rest of it. So first, I'm going to need you guys to pick a group of cards. From the top, going left to right, we have Group 1, Group 2, Group 3, Group 4, Group 5, and Group 6. Each card is going to have a poem and a few other oracle cards, as well as some tarot cards that are going to outline sort of the messages and themes for 2020 for you. So just go ahead and go with your gut feeling. Maybe try and picture yourself in one of these decks, or see if looking at one of these decks does something for you. Any kind of gut feeling or gut reaction, feel free to pause the video and meditate, but pick a group and then find the timestamp below and we can begin on your reading. Okay, so this is for Group 1. Group 1, we have your cards here. We have Confidence. Confidence, it's this image here of like a peacock, it looks like, and the poem says, "Feeling your strength, I can move heaven and earth, and while others sing about love, I know I am the Sultan of Love." That is your poem from Rumi's Gift, the Oracle deck. And then next we have, for your Herbal Healing Oracle card, this is the healing you should focus on. So this is specifically in 2020, your healing. And you got the card Resourcefulness, which is aloe, the aloe plant. And we'll look a little bit more into that, but I want to get the rest of the cards down. For the overall theme of the year, you guys got the Justice card. So the Justice Major Arcana. And then for your two tarot cards, you guys got the Four of Wands and the Nine of Wands. Okay. So let's start with your poem. So confidence is definitely a theme of the year based off of the other cards that you guys have gotten. I'm feeling like this might be a little bit new for you. Perhaps you are used to relying on others and you aren't going to be doing that anymore, or you're in a position where you're taking a little bit more self-responsibility. I'm also kind of getting that you're coming into your own and you're sharing that with more people, I think. With the Justice card has this theme of cause and effect, karma, definitely karma, and clarity and truth, definitely. I feel like you guys are sort of on the verge of becoming a more truer or authentic sense of yourself. And it's like you have a couple of things left to do. Like maybe you are having to stop and take a look at your past or the portions of yourself that you're letting go. Or maybe you're kind of dealing with that tail end of cause and effect, or that tail end of karma, and that's sort of what's either put you in this position to be confident, or it's causing you to kind of need to maintain your confidence. Like perhaps you're facing something you're not quite ready to be facing. With the Nine of Wands and the Four of Wands, I'm sensing sort of definitely a major focus in the home or in family this year for you guys. Again, we have that confidence, we have the Justice card, we sort of are taking responsibility for our actions, we are owning up to ourselves and who we want to be. And I think with the Four of Wands, it's time for us to be sharing that with our friends and our family. I'm getting a sensation that like sharing the warmth, finding a place of warmth and being comfortable in it with others, connection with others, celebration, harmony, maybe this new stage in your life where you've come into your own, it's enabled you to kind of get closer to the people around you, and so they're also celebrating it with you. So with the Nine of Wands is always a card sort of a success. It's telling you that you might be facing something right now that's making you feel like you're never going to get to your goal or you're never going to find your success. You are within stone's throw of your success. You just have to maintain that confidence and keep your head high and you will achieve it. So basically what I'm getting is this year you guys sort of are finishing up some house cleaning. I say house cleaning in the sense of you either have recently gone through an event or something's happening, or you're kind of coming to the end of consequences. It's the word consequences keeps coming up. Like you had to face the consequences of your actions in the past. Not that it was a bad thing or a good thing in particular, but basically you are kind of taking your past and tying it up with this pretty little bow. And as long as you maintain your confidence and you remain honest with yourself about what has happened and what has led you to the point to where you are today, then you are going to find success, both with yourself and your personal endeavors, and also just at home within, your home life or your family, whether it's your biological family or your chosen family. And so the healing that you need to do to help keep you on track for this particular path that you guys picked is the Aloe card, or the resourcefulness card, and I want to take a look at it. So for the Aloe card, it is resourcefulness. The quote here says, "Don't let what you cannot do interfere with what you can do," by John Wooden. So this deck really takes like herbal healing to the literal, but when it gets into the message of this card, Aloe comes with the message of conservation. Remember, the universe is not withholding resources in order to punish you, nor is there a need to punish yourself or others for the current situation. All things can be seen as a kind of spiritual test, and in this case, your resourceful nature is being tested. How can you use what you have to stay balanced and meet your goals? Though you may feel pressure of limitation, consider the uses of any imposed limits. We all have exciting moments in life, but life also gives us time to step back from the action to integrate what we've learned. If you lack companionship, take this time in solitude to learn a new skill or develop a spiritual practice. If you are short on money to attain a particular heart's desire at this time, then focus your energy elsewhere. Do not dwell on the void. Merely acknowledge it and move on. Trust that there is a reason for this present circumstance. You're exactly where you're meant to be. So yeah, don't let what you cannot do interfere with what you can do. And that could be, don't let what you don't have interfere with what you do have. Focus on the half full glass instead of the half empty portion of the glass, because you can always refill it down the road. So yeah, group one, this is your card. You guys got the confidence deck. You guys have a little bit, I think what's going to happen basically is we're looking at like, you're just dealing with that last step, that final step, or that final adversary, or whatever the situation may be. But as long as you keep your head up and maintain appreciation for what you do have and what is around you, and the confidence within you and the strengths that you carry, then you can find success, and you will find a comfortable and warm happiness for you at home. So that's it. That's your guidance reading here for 2020. Thank you so much, and I will see you guys later. Hey group 2, I am here with your 2020 reading. I've got your cards here, so let's get started. We have the Fool. We have the Fool image here. And the poem here says, "I am not of the earth, I am not of the wind, I am not of the water, I am not of the fire. In this ocean of existence, I dance and twirl, as I am all, as I am nothing." For your Herbal Healing card, you guys got Calendula, and it also says Shine. It's a very bright and happy card. And then for the overall theme of your year, you guys got Judgment, the major arcana or trump card, Judgment. Okay, and then for your tarot cards, you guys got the Six of Wands, and you got the King of Cups here. Okay, all right, so I'm gonna pull up your flower in the book here. I want to talk a little bit about that before we get too far. I'm just going to read a little bit here. This is the idea that, well, let's see if I can find it in the book. It might be spoken better here. Sharing your skills, talents, and gifts with other people is important now. Set aside any fears of or past failures, because performance of all kind is favored. Calendula works with sacral chakra, the energy center governing relationships and creativity. When you share your light with others, you inspire them to shine as well. Witnessing another's courage and passion promotes the desire to share our own individuality. As this occurs, deep healing can happen in the context of group or relationship. Even the frivolity of dancing can shine light into a darkened area of our lives, promoting healing and renewing a creative spark for all. So the quote here is, "There's nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same." And that's a quote from Marianne Williamson. So that is your healing lesson for the year. And then with the Judgment card has themes of, so reckoning, yes, but also reflection and inner voice. And then with the King of Cups and the Six of Wands here, sort of what I'm getting. So we have the Fool, and this version of the Fool is not quite like the tarot version of the Fool. Sort of what we have going on here is a sense of freedom and not confidence, but being unapologetically yourself and truly embracing your passions and your skills. And then with the Judgment card, it's kind of sort of telling me that we have this reflection that needs to be done. We have the King of Cups, which is intellect, mastery of emotion, logic, solutions, stay calm and offer love and empathy in times of difficulty. And then with the Six of Wands here, we have public recognition, victory, progress, self-confidence, and acceptance. So you're sort of, shining with reckless abandon, and it's going to be recognized. And then the thing that's going to ground us in that, that action or, that stance in life is going to be our Judgment and our King of Cups, because our King of Cups here is telling us, and our Judgment as well is telling us like the correct ways to reel that in so that it remains a positive influence in our lives. So like the King of Cups is telling us to stay calm, try not to exasperate situations. When you have to give others aid, give it to them with love and empathy, have mastery over your emotions and your feelings. And then the Judgment card also offers giving yourself time to reflect, giving yourself time to sort of see the balance of the world and the balance of things, and kind of listen to your inner voice and make sure that with Judgment, you're passing it fairly. So, you want to make sure that you maintain that emotional calmness so that you're not passing judgment based off of a reaction. We want to look at it, from all angles before we make our choice. So this is like a very lighthearted feeling. I have a sensation that you guys this year are going to be exploring a lot of things. You're going to be trying a lot of things, but it's all going to be sort of in the alley of self-exploration and self-expression. A lot of expression I'm getting. And then also just sharing it with others and sharing your love with others and kind of seeing a reflection of that coming back to you. It's a very positive reading, a very lighthearted reading. I don't see any major life choices or major life changes happening in this year for you. Sort of just like a good time to let loose and enjoy it. Not you don't have that much to be working on. You don't have a lot going on. I get this sensation of really truly enjoying yourself and enjoying life and trusting in yourself and trusting the universe and accepting the wealth that comes with that. So it's a very positive reading for you guys. Nice and short and sweet and to the point, but I hope it resonated with you. Thank you so much for letting me read for you, and I hope a very bright, shining 2020 for you guys this year. Hi Group 3, it is me. I am here to do your 2020 reading. So I've got your cards here. Let's begin. So you guys got, for Rumi's gift, you guys get the service card. So it's this image here. It looks like something. I'm not sure if that's an animal or a spirit of some sort. It's a person sitting on a ledge and something kind of nudging its back. It's kind of an interesting image here, but service, I get the sensation of service or holding someone up. And then the poem that goes with it here says, love has set fire to my past and freed the bird of truth. I was a happy pearl, but the storm of love shattered me. Now I am the ocean water, making thousands of pearls. So that's your poem. I really like that. And then for your healing card, it's the from the Herbal Healing Oracle deck. You guys get Violet, which is the card for introspection. So we will take a little look at that in a minute here. For the overall theme of your year, you guys got the Magician, which is a super exciting card. And then your tarot cards that you guys got is the Four of Cups as well as the Page of Wands. So there's some interesting stuff going on here. So with Violent Introspection, I kind of want to pull that up and take a look at it. So let's pop over there. Oh, here we go, Violet. So the quote for this card says, your vision will become clear only when you can look into your own heart. Who looks outside dreams, who looks inside awakes. And that is a Jung quote, actually. Let me just see if there's anything here. If you feel a yearning to reach out to the world, feel free to do so. But keep in mind, Violet's unique method of camouflaging her most important creations, her seeds. If you are working on multiple creative projects, try sharing some of the less important ones first. For now, it is safer not to share anything that is unfinished or otherwise vulnerable. Violet reminds us to keep our best cards close to our chest at this time and wait for the right moment to play them. Trust yourself in knowing what to share and what to hold back. The answers are within you. Violet flowers can be prepared as a litmus test for the soil, helping to determine its alkalinity. Use your heart as a kind of litmus test to help you discern when and where it is safe to open up. After social events, it is important to retreat into your own private world. Make introspection a daily habit by journaling, meditating, doing yoga, or creating any other regular spiritual practice. Being in nature is of great benefit. The closer you are to the ground, the better. Lay down a blanket and enjoy a picnic or kneel upon the forest floor to get a look at what grows there. You might even stumble upon a violet. Stillness and inward reflection are the keys to keeping your balance at this time. Take care not to be swept up into others' goals, projects, or problems. Stay true to yourself. Introspection. Okay, with service and the Magician, which is a card of manifestation. It's a card, willpower. You guys have desire. So it's sort of like you have the power to manifest what you desire. let me turn all these keywords into a sentence for you. No, the Magician card is really great. It's sort of like, it's literally creation. It's someone who is able to look upon the mirror of the world. The idea of magic is that as above, so below, right? So it's the idea that the earth and the heavens mirror each other. And so if you can look up into the heavens and see something, then you can manifest it and bring it down into the mirror of the world here. So the Magician is a very powerful person. Magician is someone who is in power of manifestation or creation. And then we have the Page of Wands and we have the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is... it's sort of a gray area card. I feel like some people would see that it is a negative card. You can see in the image she's pretty apathetic. She's not really paying attention to all of the wealth around her. There's many drinks. There's someone even handing her something. And then the Page of Wands, wands being the suit of kind of creation or creativity. There's self-exploration, discovery, there's the free spirit sensation, there's also enthusiasm there. And then with the Four of Cups, that's usually apathy, because she's pretty apathetic, but it's also openness, gratitude, new experiences, sort of finding what excites you to get you out of that apathy. So with introspection and the Magician and the messages of these cards and the service poem here from Rumi's Gifts, I feel like you guys are my group 3 people. Okay, so I feel like you guys are recovering from a time of quietness. Like There is something that happened to you, or something that you went through, or something that you witnessed that kind of sent you into a place where you weren't really concerned with yourself, or maybe it was easier not to be concerned with yourself. I see this year, all of that quietness has sort of brought you into introspection, and you guys are going to continue to use that in order to be honest with yourselves about who you are and what you want to be. I love the service poem where it says, "Now I am the ocean water making thousands of pearls." It's sort of this idea that whatever breaks you gives you the power to create happiness or health in others. And maybe for a while you guys have been leaning into others in order to avoid healing yourself. Like you've been giving everything you have to the people around you, or you've been giving everything you have even to strangers in charity. Maybe just always being the shoulder to cry on, the person to call or talk to when someone's having a hard time. I get the sensation that you guys have been using others as a way to avoid yourself. And this Magician card here, this is the theme of the year, and this is where you realize you've done it so much now for so many people. You're completely capable of doing it for yourself, and you're ready. Like you're totally ready to take that power, that magic within you, and manifest your desires and your happiness. You know, maintain the willpower to stay focused on yourself and stay, you know, aware and true to yourself and aware of your desires and your wants and needs. You have this apathy that you're fighting. Again, you know, something broke you, not necessarily broke you, but I mean, it said the word shattered was in there, and broken is good. Broken doesn't mean empty. You can fix broken. And so you're just sort of like, you're going to be testing the waters. You're going to be trying new experiences. You're going to be finding this excitement and this sort of energy that's going to kind of pull you out of that apathy and help you, you know, manifest your happiness and your success and your desires. And then with the Page of Wands tells me that you're going to be incredibly successful at this. Like this is something where you're going to be, it's going to be a big year of maybe a new change for you, or finding yourself. And I don't know that you necessarily lost yourself, but just revisiting yourself instead of putting everything you have into others around you. That's what this reading is telling me for you guys. So yeah, maintain introspection through, you know, the advice words of Violet here. Spend some time alone, but it doesn't have to be alone. It's just making sure that when you are alone in a room, you're not alone in a room pretending not to be with yourself. Sit with yourself and really think about what your wants and needs are, and understand that you've helped so many other people around you find success in that area of their lives, that you're able to sit down alone in that room and do the same thing for yourself. You have the power of the Magician. Now you just have to get out there, find the things that excite you, and find these new things and new experiences that are going to get you moving again, so that you can find that happiness and manifest your desires again. Yeah, I like it. Again, a super positive reading. We want all positive readings when it comes to yearly readings, right? But it looks like you guys are just you're kind of coming out of your shell, and you're gonna start exploring and trying new stuff, and it's gonna be an exciting time, and I think you guys are gonna be successful in manifesting some happiness this year. So what a lovely message. All right, that's it for you guys. Thank you so much. I really hope that this message resonated with you, or you got something from it that you could take with you. Thanks again for letting me read for you, and you guys have a good one. I'll see you next time. All right, what's up, group 4? I am here with your cards. I want to take a look at them, so let's just get started. For your Rumi's Gift Oracle card and your poem, you guys got the support card. And the poem here says, "When love's mouth opens, it is a whale swallowing both heaven and earth. And when your arms are open to love, it embraces you and frees you from your imprisonment. No need to feel helpless. Fall into love's embrace, and you will see heaven and earth are only here to serve you." For your Herbal Healing card, you guys get Ginkgo, which is patience. We'll take a look at that in a minute. For the overall theme of your year, you guys get the Chariot. Big moves. The Chariot card, which means a lot is going to be happening, I imagine. You're going to be a busy, busy person this year. And then for your tarot cards, you guys get both the King and the Queen of Wands, which is awesome. Another very, very positive reading for this year. So let's talk a little bit. Wow, I think you guys, this is my group 4, right? A group 4, I feel like you guys are going to end up in a position or a place here where you are potentially going to be starting relationships. With getting the King and the Queen, I really feel like that is a representation of the two energies that are going to be kind of working together this year. You guys have, so success, charisma, honor, leadership, there's entrepreneurial advances, potentially starting a business, starting something new in work, big ideas, patience in the Chariot, support here again. So I feel like even if it's not a romantic relationship, it's going to be a relationship that either helps you in your creative endeavors or your work environment, something like that. I want to take a look at the Patience card because this is a new deck for me. So let's take a look at that. That's in the trees. So here it says, adopt the pace of nature. Her secret is patience. As the oldest living tree species, the earliest ginkgo trees date back to over 300 million years ago. Oh man, that stuff is the bomb. If you ever get a chance, it's a really cool tree to check out. I think they're super interesting. I think they're really cool. Yeah, so ginkgo is a tree spirit old enough to remember dinosaurs walking the earth. Medicinally, this plant imparts its gifts of strength and longevity to humans. The greatest lesson learned from a long life is that of patience. To a child, waiting an hour before going to the beach can feel like an eternity. As we grow up, we typically become endowed with a greater ability to wait. Imagine what the world must look like to a ginkgo tree. An hour might feel like the blink of an eye to a being that lives to be 1,000 years old. However, age does not always bring a sense of patience, as aging causes some of us to feel as though time is running out. Ginkgo asks you to be patient. No matter your age or circumstance, it is age concerning you. If age is concerning you, take inspiration from the ginkgo tree, who shows us that old age does not equal fragility or weakness. This plant medicine strengthens the elderly, even restoring functions that have been lost. Ginkgo signals that vitality and new growth is always possible, regardless of age. While you may feel frustrated with some stagnation in your life, realize that this shall eventually pass. Also, watch your temper and be sure that you're not speaking from a place of impatience. While patience is called for in the present situation, this does not mean giving up on your dreams. Tenacity is another virtue to cultivate now. In autumn, the ginkgo leaves turn bright yellow, the color of the solar plexus chakra, which governs our willpower. Getting in touch with this energy center will be beneficial to you. So we have tenacity, we have willpower, we have patience. We have a lot of that coming from the Chariot as well. With the Chariot, you guys basically are being told that it's not going to happen without you trying. I see that you guys are going to have a lot of support. There's going to be love and appreciation, confidence, success. But it's not going to be without patience and willpower. And that's telling me that you're going to run into some obstacles. That's natural. That happens to everything all the time. That happens to everybody, every situation. The Chariot is telling you to grab onto the reins and take responsibility, take that power, harness it in so that you can find, success in your desires. And then patience is going to help you get there too. Even if you keep running into obstacles, remember, you're the one who's in control of the situation here. That's the message that I'm getting. Yeah, entrepreneur, goal-oriented, strong, patient, self-sustained. You guys have the ability to harness what you desire. You have patience so that you don't stop or lose sight of what it is you're looking for. And don't be afraid to embrace the support and the love that others are sending in your direction, because it's only going to help you maintain this ability to stay the course. So this is a very high power, high energy reading, but again, a super positive one. I see a lot of success. I see a lot of happiness in your 2020 year. I see maybe some things that test your patience and maybe some things that are going to try you, but you have the Chariot on your side, so you guys are going to be headed in the right direction the whole time. So this is a pretty cool reading, and I hope that it resonated with you or said something or gave you a message that you needed to hear. Thank you so much for letting me read for you guys today. I really appreciate it, and I will see you again for the next one. Okay. Okay, group 5, it is me. I'm here. I've got your cards and I am ready to go. So let's begin. For your poem or your Rumi's gift card, you guys get enchantment. Ooh, it looks like a plant. It looks like a person with a tree. It looks like you're sitting against bark. There's some sky and ground mixing maybe. I really like the imagery there. And then the poem here says, "Come, I'll show you the enchanted garden of your heart. Once you enter, you become the fragrance of flowers, unafraid of the prickle of thorns." So that is your poem. And then for your Herbal Healing card or Oracle Healing, this is the healing you should focus on this year. You guys get Perspective, which is the chickweed card. And we'll take a look at that in a minute. For the overall theme of the year, you guys get the Fool, which I love. That is a nice energy to start a new year with, let alone a new decade. And then for your tarot cards, you guys, oh my gosh, get the Fool again and the Page of Coins. You guys get the Page of Coins. Okay, so the Page of Coins and the Fool, you guys get chickweed and Perspective here. Awesome. Okay, so let's look at chickweed. See if I can find it. Oh, I went right to it. Perspective, and the quote here says, "To see a world in a grain of sand and a heaven in wildflower, hold infinity in the palm of your hand and eternity in an hour." It's a William Blake quote. And I want to, has many uses, cooling effect for fever, yada, yada, yada. So just so you know, this deck goes like really literally into the herbal healing. It will tell you exactly how that particular plant can help you in healing, quite literally how you can ingest it or take it or whatever. And then here for the message, Perspective. If your current situation does not seem particularly beneficial or exciting, take a closer look. Chickweed is easily overlooked, often walked over without notice. Likewise, you may find yourself nursing feelings of unimportance or smallness in the world. However, chickweed is a soothing remedy for the eyes. Are you seeing clearly? Be certain that you aren't overlooking something that seems insignificant but could prove quite useful. Learn to see the macrocosm in the microcosm, the bigger picture of seemingly small events. Do whatever it takes to gain perspective at this time. Seek conversation with someone who has a distance from your situation and can see it with the greater context of your life. Any form of travel or change of scenery will do much to open your eyes. Stargazing or contemplating the vastness of the cosmos can also achieve the desired effect. As you look up at the stars, imagine what they also notice your existence. As you look up at the stars, imagine that they also notice your existence, in the same way that you can notice the tiniest of flowers. Chickweed is a sturdy plant remaining green under the snow and often blooming before winter's end. Her incredible utility reminds us that even times of slow progress can be advantageous in the long run. It may appear as though nothing is happening, but know that your desires and efforts are being observed and tended by the universe. Any sense of boredom or dullness can be remedied by paying close attention to small details, which will reveal a deeper meaning to you. Ooh, okay, and then we have the Fool, we have enchantment, we have the Page of Coins, and the Fool again. Okay, so the Fool is a big message here. The Fool is basically free spirit. You guys are free-spirited this year. You're going to be just open to all sorts of things. You're going to kind of take an idea and run with it. You're going to stumble into the world without knowing any of its dangers. And I think a big message I'm getting here too, between getting these both times, is don't worry about it. Don't worry about the dangers. Whatever fears or whatever idea or inspiration strikes you, take it and run with it. You guys have this sort of have the sensation that things have been stopping you in the past. I'm kind of getting this feeling too, like with the chickweed, you're feeling small or unimportant, and so you feel like maybe you shouldn't try the thing. And then this Fool energy is telling you to just run headfirst into it. Who cares if there's a wall you have to run through to get there? You might, be putting yourself kind of in a precarious situation, and maybe that's what's been stopping you, and don't let it do that. The Page of Coins is also a really positive card too, especially when it comes to successes. This is sort of a card of intuitive wealth. There's a lot of guidance. In this particular card, I think the imagery is the foxes. All the foxes are spiritual guides to this page here. And she has new growth. She's holding flowers in her hands. She's looking up to the sky. She's feeling optimistic. Intuition, reflection, spiritual content. And it says, cultivate your intuition with physical health and a decluttered home. So I think the message I'm getting here is quite literally to enjoy the little things. I definitely get, so especially when I hear between the chickweed and the decluttering your home, as silly as that sounds, I feel like finding a daily routine to focus on your physical and mental well-being is going to be a way to combat that feeling of inadequacy and that smallness that you might be feeling. And that's going to give you the freedom to enjoy other aspects of your life or new aspects of your life or new adventure with reckless abandon, as you should, with the Fool card is telling us. And then with the message of enchantment, it's going to bring you success. I mean, and not just success, like you're going to flourish. There's a lot of floral imagery here. We've got growth, we've got flowers blooming, we've got tiny flowers, we've got the small with the large, the concept of a really small flower looking up at the universe. And then also just spiritual contentment. Finding that small little happiness, find those small little things that are bringing you contentment in your life, so that you don't feel like you have to reach out and be bigger or more than you actually are. So it's kind of like you have a little bit of work to do. Not too much though. I kind of feel like this is a trust your gut and run with it reading. 2020 is going to be a year where you're going to sort of get smaller things in order, and like the small little happinesses that you will enjoy for the rest of your life, you're going to start to recognize them and cherish them and appreciate them and kind of cultivate them in your day-to-day life. And I think that's going to kind of give you a clean slate in a brand new outlook, in a brand new way that you're going to kind of tackle things, and you're going to be able to have all of this open space sort of for you to welcome new and exciting things in. And it's going to make you realize how much more a part of the world you are, instead of maybe how distant you guys have been feeling recently. That's what I'm getting. I could be wrong, but that's sort of just a message that I'm feeling. So that is your reading. I hope it kind of resonated with you, or said something that you needed to hear. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. I appreciate it, and I will see you guys for the next one. All right, group 6, it's me and you. I've got your cards here. Let's get started. I want to take a look at them. It looks like you guys, this is my favorite. Okay, group 6, you and me, this is our reading. Maybe. You guys get the music card. You guys have music, and the poem here says, I am the rhythm of this moving world, the heartbeat of life. Bits of universe collide in their joy and unveil my faceless face. I am the water flowing in the river and the wine in the glass. Beware, this wine is here to shatter the glass. I am not meant to live small. For me to be, you have to disappear. Music. And for your healing card, the healing that you'll focus on this year, you guys get hops, which is celebration. Say happy thing. Okay, and the overall theme of the year is the star, which is another positive kind of outlook. And then the cards that you guys get, you guys get the Tower and Death. Oh my. All right, so some heavy themes here. There's definitely some heavy themes, but kind of not. I could be wrong, but I'm getting sort of, so we have the Tower, we have the Star, and we have Death. And we basically, what we have here is like in order, the major arcana story. So I want to start with that. I've been starting with the healing, but we'll get back to it. With the Death card, it is a new beginning. With the Tower card, it is calamity. It's sort of like this big crazy thing has happened, and it is destructive in a sense, and then also it's sort of like, it's the final straw. It marks the end of a situation, definitely the definite end of something, a big decision, a big change, something that has shaken your life to its core. There's also this imagery here of these doves escaping the tower. Notice the tower is on fire and collapsing. It's one of a harder card. It's a very hard card. But these doves, they're escaping, and the dove is a symbol of peace. It's a symbol of hope, and the star is what comes after the tower. The star is the aftermath. It's sort of like this, again, sensation of hope and understanding and new beginning and rebirth. So I kind of want to put these back. Let's talk a little bit about what's going on, because if I had to guess, I would guess that you guys have been living in the tower situation for a period of time now. And it could be that the tower situation happened more than a year ago or so, but you are just still in the aftermath. You're still kind of trying to get out of that burning building. And the star card tells me that you're going to get out of it, and you're going to get out of it this year, and you're probably at the cusp of getting out of it now. And the death card tells me that it is going to be a rebirth and a new beginning for you this year. So it's something really positive to look forward to. With the celebration card, I kind of want to take a look at that. But again, let's just kind of revisit these themes here. So the star is hope and faith. It's trusting in yourself and trusting in the universe around you, which is something you probably haven't felt like you've been able to do for a while now. With the tower is sudden upheaval, pride, disaster. And then the death card is going to be endings, new beginnings, change, transformation. So it's sort of what needs to happen in order for you to reap the benefits of the star and become one of these doves that have escaped the calamity. So that is your general outlook for the year. It's not a bad outlook to have, but it definitely makes me feel like you guys have kind of seen some things, right? That's what I'm getting. So I want to take a peek here at the hops card. You guys, the healing that you guys should be focusing on this year is celebration, which I think there are worse things to focus on here. The quote you get is, "Rest is not idleness, and to lie sometimes on the grass on a summer day, listening to the murmur of water or watching the clouds float across the sky is hardly a waste of time." And that is a quote from Sir John Lubbock. So, this is sort of like, yo, I need me some me time, you know? You guys are getting this celebration. And also, I kind of want to see if there's a higher energy message here in this card. Male and female. Most important is the need to step back from life's constant drive towards success. Let go of the ego's desires for accomplishment and make the most of this restful time. Do not push your goal or attempt to force your will, as doing so will cause unnecessary strain. Focus on nurturing friendships, family, and relationships with loved ones. Attend or throw a festive gathering, take a vacation, or simply spend the day as you wish. The time is ripe to connect with your hobbies and favorite forms of recreation and fun. Tradition may play a role in your life at this time, and family gatherings are favored. It's also a good time to rest and catch up on sleep. Indulge in merrymaking and relaxation of all sorts. Though this may not be an especially fruitful time, it can certainly be an enjoyable one. Celebrate all the good that your life holds and wait for the universe to make her next move. So, I like that. So, you guys have been sitting in the aftermath of this tower, of this calamity that has occurred in your life, and it is time for you to sort of enjoy the rebirth and find that hope in yourself and in the universe, and truly relax and enjoy it. And with the poem, I really like this because with the poem, with music and celebration, the two kind of go hand in hand, and it's sort of like finding that enjoyment again. But something that happens here in the poem, it says, "I am not meant to live small. For me to be, you have to disappear." And the tower is definitely that situation, and death is the rebirth, right? So for you to exist as the star, the tower has to disappear, and you have to go through the actions of rebirth to let it go and leave it in the past and leave it behind you. And also this idea of ego is coming up in my mind here. It's not in any of the books or anything, but it's just sort of this thing I'm getting. The wine is meant to shatter the glass. I am the wine, and the wine is meant to shatter the glass. I'm not meant to live small. For me to be, you have to disappear. And I sort of feel like there is some of you maybe who need this message where it's sort of an ego situation where you sort of need to step out of your own mind and get out of this situation or this way of thinking or whatever it is, and lose that sense of self or that sense of ego that you have, so that you can kind of start new and really truly enjoy things. Like, I feel like there's an aspect of yourself, or there's an aspect that needs to go away. For some reason I'm getting the word ego, but it's also, it could be anything. It could be like a habit, or pride. I get the feeling of pride. Maybe you're too proud to let go of the situation. And pride, I think, is a theme for the Tower as well. So yeah, there's something you're gonna let go of, or there's something that is like holding you in that you need to break free of, and you're going to let this thing go. You're gonna stop living in it. You're gonna move on to this new rebirth, and you're gonna be able to find hope and faith in the world and yourself and the people around you, and you're going to be able to sit back and relax for the first time in a long time, which I think is maybe something you guys really, really need to hear. So focus on that celebration, focus on the rest, the relaxation, forgiving yourself. I'm getting that sensation too. A lot of people, they find it hard to take a break, or they find it hard to relax because it's hard to kind of forgive yourself for the time lost. But yeah, the message of the card even said it's not a waste of time at all. Remind yourself that it's not a waste of time. Take the time to kind of rejuvenate and recharge yourself, so that you can really enjoy the universe's next move for you, because it's not going to be the worst move, because you've already been through the worst of it, is what I'm getting. So yeah, so again, a positive reading. I'm super thankful that we got all good news this year so far. So thank you so much for letting me read for you. I hope that this message resonated with you. Let us know in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next one. So thanks again.